Hey everyone, welcome to the show. I have a special guest today, a beautiful special guest that I know a lot of years, but that's only because I'm starting to get old, and she was a very young girl when I first met her. Her and her husband David in Wailuku, Virginia Sandell. If you're on Maui and you see this woman, you say, oh, "Is that Virginia?" It is. Yes, it's Virginia. Virginia, thank you for coming here to our show.
It's my pleasure, Jason.
Move a little closer so I can make sure you got enough volume. Just talk a little bit for me.
Okay, I probably need to be closer. How's that?
That's good. See these things?
Yeah, I do.
I want to see them moving around a little bit.
Gotcha.
That's all. Yeah, that's
okay.
all. When I met you so many years ago, little did I know that after all these years, you are, in my mind, the backbone, how's that?
Oh, dear.
Of the Iao theater crowd and the whole Wailuku theater scene. In fact, I think you're the one that kind of, I don't know how I got involved with Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. I was there involved.
Right.
And I wasn't involved, and I lived in Jonathan Starr's building around the corner forever. And then you needed someone for Pulp Fiction to be on the floor of the thing.
That's
and you
right.
pulled me in, and I just saw you were the one on anything and everything going on in the theater. Virginia is involved. You just like taking care and making sure everything's. We like stage manager or all kinds of roles. Huh?
I did a lot of stage managing. I did a lot of work with like set dressing and props. But my first love, of course, is acting, and I always love being in the shows, and it's really fun. The theater scene, a lot of it is longevity, because I have been around that theater for so long. And when you and I were neighbors, as you well know, we practically lived behind that theater. So it was easy to come and go, and but a lot of things have changed over time. The theater, the building itself probably looks better than it's ever looked. I don't know if you noticed when I ran into you last time.
A lot of improvement over the years. When first there, all the seats were broken. And,
yeah.
I mean, that's a while ago, right?
Yeah, that was about 20-some years ago. And the gal that's running the executive director of there, Luana Whitford Mitchell, she is really good at staying on top of making sure that the building is looking good, because that's a historical landmark, the theater. And
I remember when it was run down, and then the county came in and put some money in. It was still there, and then more money came in, and more money. I'm so glad they've kept it. It's just some people like it, some don't, but I really love the EF.
I do too. And I think it's really interesting in Wailuku now, to the fact that now they've opened the Naylor Theater. MAPA has a permanent
Maui County
space.
Performing Arts has a theater on the main drag, the Naylor.
Yeah, so that's really interesting. That's awesome that there's a couple theaters within walking distance from each other, and then you have the Pro Arts Theater over on Southside in Kihei. So,
well, what's also nice about Wailuku is now their whole thing about rejuvenating the town, and put in a massive parking structure.
well, yes, they did.
Well, hopefully that'll be there. And
A lot of people really complained about the parking and stuff like that for years, because there wasn't any place to park.
the county workers park everywhere, and there's nowhere for anyone else to park in Wailuku.
You
right?
think?
So now part of that structure is probably accommodating them, and hopefully it's creating a little more space for people. And they rejuvenated Wailuku, that main drag, Market Street.
Market Street.
It wouldn't have been my style, kind of congested plan in the way they set it.
Well, Market Street, as you well know, because like I said, I think you and I have known each other way many years. Way many years. And
since Bob and Risa.
Since Bob and Risa Whiting, that had to be in the 93, 94, somewhere along that area.
Right.
But I think our paths had probably crossed before, somewhere socially like that. But
I remember you as a hot chick.
Shoot, I remember that. It's another interesting thing when you talk about, we were talking about theater things and longevity. Because when I first started auditioning and coming around there, I was auditioning, 20s to 30s. And now I have to look at everything and go, oh, does that say 60 to 70? It's like, but the awesome thing is there are a lot of shows out there. There's a good proportion of senior actors out there in the stage at 8.
And some amazing, really super talented people.
There is a lot of talent here.
Unbelievable talent here. We've been here long. I've been here 37 years.
Right.
I remember Dale Button forever.
God bless Dale Button. I love that man so much.
Such a talent.
He's so talented. I had the pleasure of being in this show called the 1940s Radio Christmas Show, which Dale directed. Oh. And he was an awesome director. He was everything you'd want in a director. Wow. He was encouraging and he was kind, but also, when he told you something like, oh, did you miss that line? Well, we'll take that seriously. But yeah, he's a talented guy. He's a lot of fun.
And there have been all kinds of talents coming in.
There's so much.
When Jamie Foxx was here, was he visiting Eric, or was he just one of the guys?
I remember now. I'm trying to see if I can remember all this.
He was in Rocky Horror way back when with Eric.
I'm trying to remember all of that. I can't. I remember him being here.
Yeah, and I thought he was one of the local guys or something. Then I heard his name over the years, along with Eric and Amy and the whole crowd. And I've seen over the years, I think that kind of rubs off. I think he gained from being an incredible stable of amazing people. Remember Sue Ann over there at the high school?
Oh, sure, because I worked at Baldwin High School for 30 years over there,
Oh, so you've been in...
But I didn't... when I was... she was teaching theater. I was teaching another subject. But she had a lot of kids come through that program. And my good friend Kathy Collins is a person that went to Baldwin and got involved in the theater there. And then, she's an awesomely talented gal. Yeah. And so that's where she got the love of theater, is in high school. And it's interesting that, because we go out, we're little girls at lunch occasionally and this and that and the other, go see shows. And she is still in contact with Sue Loudon. So, yeah, I see that they keep up with each other. So it's amazing that a lot of people got their love for that right there at high school. I think of a lot of the people that worked at EL Theater that I worked with. Frances Tawa, Kalani and Luana Whitford, Camille Romero, a ton of those people. They all did drama in high school. And I know that Eric and his sister Amy also, that's where they started out in the drama. Yeah. Of course, not mentioning that show business was already in that family's blood because of
And there was a gal, I forgot her name. She was her name was of Von Tempsky.
Oh, Francie.
How'd that go? Was she there involved with theater also?
I don't
all these
think,
people, not money, but involvement.
I know that she was. I know that she was involved in the theater quite a bit. I think she did a lot of work with the Maui Performing Arts, Maui Academy. But it's like a lot of people. They audition and they work at all different kinds of theaters, which is awesome. So
Caro Walker's been there
Caro Walker's over there building a set as we speak at EL Theater this morning for a show called The Mousetrap. So we'll see how that goes.
And then you that's the reason I was going to a thing called the Ghost Light Awards. An Ono, one night only. Thank you, Russ Taft, right? For
oh, God bless Russ Taft.
Yeah, I was with him in Best Little Whorehouse.
I remember that. Yeah,
that was years ago. That was so fun.
Yeah,
being in the theater is great here. Well, when that one night only, Virginia Sandell won. What was that for? For Rocky Horror Picture Show? You were what
it was for. I was kind of shocked because I had. That's the only show that I had worked on all season. Helped put the show up, stage managing, making sure it all worked, this and that and the other. So I won for the Rocky Horror Show, for keeping things up and running the show.
But I think of you as everywhere, everything they were bringing up. I thought, that could be Virginia's category. That could be Virginia's category.
Yeah, I think I had 3 nominations that night.
And like you're acting, like you said, the things that I remember that are easiest to remember, like Kuleana the movie.
Kuleana the movie was such a great, great experience for me. Prior to doing Kuleana the movie, I did in 2010. We
Get a Job?
did a movie called Get a Job. I was fortunate enough to be
great
cast
movie.
in that. And people love that movie. People just, it's funny. It's a look at Maui that we're not often going to see.
Still around and available to be seen?
Oh, it sure is. You can
good.
see that. You can see it on demand as we speak.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and it's awesome that people still enjoy that. And my husband David was also in that. He was walking. I think they cast him not too far from the tree because that's kind of, they showed him walking around town and dropping stuff and running around.
He is almost famous. I remember when living in Wailuku, we'd see David drop his stuff enough that it became a memorable thing.
It was a thing, yeah.
And he is such a nice man.
He's a sweet man. I know.
And super talented. You think of him as an illustrator. The things that he does have a lot of social meaning, and I've seen things that he do. He's just really just a great guy. But
Well,
there in Wailuku.
Thank you, Jason. And you also know that, like I said, we were neighbors before, right?
Yeah.
So when we were doing Reservoir Dogs, we we were rehearsing a lot in that space, remember? So the art was all around us, when we were doing that. And that is funny. I remember now that we did it. I remember coming and telling you got to come help us out. You got to lay down on the floor right now. I need somebody to come help me do this. So it was interesting that when Brian wrote that movie, Get a Job, he wanted to show the side of Maui that most people probably aren't going to see. Some of the more local type characters running around.
Really fun.
Yeah, it's not exactly your beach surfing movie, even though there was a little bit of the beach in there. So,
What was it like to work with Willie K? He had a very interesting persona publicly.
well, I did. Let's see, I did 1 year, and I'm trying to think, Jason. I want to say it was 2006. It might have been 2006. My first working relationship, we did Rocky Horror over at Hoppa's nightclub.
Oh.
And Willie played Eddie, the meatloaf role. And he was, and just like any type of musical theater, there's still choreography and timing and all this stuff. He was just a natural at it. He just came in and just did it. And of course, there's so much to enjoy about watching him perform, and his vocals were outrageous. And then after that, next time I worked with him, we were doing Get a Job, the movie. And main thing about him, he was a professional guy. He came in, he did what his work was.
I thought he was a great straight role.
He was great at that, right? Yeah. So
And it gave Eric the room to just be funny as
yeah, he sure did. So he was always really professional. And then the other time that I worked with him was he also worked on Kuleana, the movie.
Well, I remember when I sat with Brian shared with me, because Willie was so, people coming at him all the time.
Yeah.
He developed a public persona of being a little standoffish, but he was a wonderful, warm, and caring guy.
He was a wonderful, warm, caring man. You're exactly right. And I know that he did, like, I can remember one time me and him and Eric, and I think his sister Amy was there. We all went we'd been at rehearsal, right? So we just wanted to go get something to eat. We're kind of burned out. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
And we sat down to eat, and every 2 seconds, somebody
Right.
wants to talk story or take pictures. But he was real gracious about it. Really, really gracious about that.
But he didn't, no one really sat and did one of these.
Well, I don't. I'm sure he did a lot of press that I probably don't know about. But he was a gifted and talented performer.
He was amazing fun to watch.
Yeah.
When I first got here, I remember I was at 505 Front Street.
Oh, Lord.
May it rest in peace.
Oh, yes.
And there was this luau going on there. And before there was a cocktail, and Willie would sit there with a single guitar in front and drink and curse, and he was quite a character.
Yeah.
But he was just an amazing player. I'm so glad he got the breaks to be able to be seen more.
Yeah.
And stuff. He was super talented.
Very talented.
And when I know people that know him, like getting to know Brian Kohne and all you guys over the years, you know, again, I see people don't really know who Jason Schwartz is.
Jason.
They see me a little here. They don't know I can sing. They don't know they have really no idea my before I came to Maui kind of stuff, you know. But things are going to happen again here, and we're going to, as you've heard me talking all these years, this Maui Arts and Music Association, people aligned in positive action, mama and papa, promoting art and music and culture. That's not me, that's us. What an amazing thing the EL Theater has been, and the MAPA too, right?
Oh,
David
yes.
Johnston
Yes,
and all these kids growing up and
That's
learning
right.
and growing. Super great.
Super great. I had a super experience over there at MAPA. When I was 18 years old, I was on a theater scholarship at Concord University in Athens, West Virginia, and I just turned 18, and the school was doing Man of La Mancha. So I was in that show in college. Well, two and a half years ago, I see a casting call that MAPA's doing Man of La Mancha, and I'm not really a big musical theater kind of people. I've been in musical shows, but so something I thought to myself, I'm going to go audition for that just to see what happens, right? And I was fortunate enough that I did get cast in the show, and I played the exact same role that I had in college.
How fun is that?
Well, we're in jail. Remember that. We're in the Inquisition, so it's not like we have to look, you know, like beauty queens.
But the same role.
But
How
the
fun.
same role. It was really, really fun to read. So 50 at the time, so that was 50 years later, I get to do the same
How can
role.
you be 50 years later? You
Because
don't
I was
look
18.
like 50
Oh,
now.
honey, please. I was 18 when I did it, so that was 2 years ago. So the math does add up to be 70. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, it's a while. But that was a great experience working with that group. And we, Eric's sister Amy was also in that show. She played Dulcinea, and that was really fun working with her. She's real easy to work with. She's
Oh,
a
yeah?
dream. She's a dream. She's just polite and kind and professional. Super
And
cool.
she can hit the mark.
Boy, can't she though?
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a fun thing. Do you have favorite shows over the years? I mean, when I look around now and I see all the new talented performers, some of them I like, who's this guy, Ricky Jones? I've seen him a few times, right?
He's a talented guy.
Is he a lead guy mostly?
Yeah, and he also directs. I've known Ricky probably, I want to say, it feels like almost 20 years. He married a local girl. He married Hoku Paval, and she's also an actress. So the two of them were theater people, and I just did a show with him, the one I was talking to you about, that Dell directed, the 1948 Radio's Christmas show, and he played the lead character in that, and it was phenomenal. He was just like John Barrymore, you might say. Yeah, he was that good. He's a talented guy.
And then who else we got going on? I saw Nara Boone. I thought, I didn't even know.
Yeah.
And I know her from years back when she was on the other side doing I forgot the name of the show. Remember that show where it was for tourists?
I sort of
and
do.
Going down the ropes and that whole...
Oh, yeah. I can't recall what that was right now either. But she came to EL Theater and worked on a show called Come From Away. And she was...
And knocked a home run there,
Yeah,
I
she's
saw.
she's a great singer. Yeah, she's really talented
really
like
nice
that.
lady.
Yeah, I don't really know her all that well, but I know that...
I knew a couple of the sisters. So
yeah.
I met
Somebody
her
else
along
was
the
telling
way.
me about that too. But then I know those awards at the theater. I know that she had won one of those Ghost Awards as well. So that.
See, I'm old. I remember her father, Chica.
Hey, man, yeah.
You know, that's the thing. You know, living on Maui, the years have gone by, but we are very blessed and we're able to stay healthy and young. When I think of you as 70,
Oh, honey.
come on. People on the mainland are not faring quite as well as we hear.
There's talking about like different shows and things. There's one of the favorite shows that I did this time last year was called Flowers of Hawaii, and it was written by Lee Cataluna, who is a fabulous writer.
Performer or news, is that the
She
same?
was on the news at one point. I think she was a news
That's
anchor,
how I
maybe.
knew her.
Yeah, I know
as
her more as a
news-
playwright.
Okay, there you go.
Because she had written a funny play that we had done years ago called Demea. And then this one she did called Flowers of Hawaii. And it was just such a great show. And it's one of those shows where I really got to stretch it out a little bit because it was not comedy. It was not. It showed.
Does the writer come here and get involved with you
Well,
guys?
this was really interesting because this show, I think this show had been done in other theaters on Oahu and maybe on the Big Island. But she was very gracious. She came over to watch one of the performances. Talk about no pressure. Oh, my God. You've got the audience, and then you've got the writer of the play in the audience. And it upped your amp a little bit, if you know what I mean. Everybody.
Oh, yeah.
And she was real sweet. She stayed around and did a talk story session with the audience. And it was just really a fabulous experience for me. I really enjoyed her.
The questions coming to my mind are so funny. No, it just came in. Mike Snyder.
Well, I barely remember him, Jason.
Mike Snyder. When I was going to do a show to open the Mac, New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. You don't maybe know.
Oh, yes, I do.
I booked
yes,
it.
I do. That was 1994, I think. I'm going
Well,
to
see,
take a sip
people-
of my drink. Oh, sorry.
Well, it's so funny, you know. It's nice to hear someone who remembers. I booked that place, and no one ever kind of understood what was happening. Again, the politics are very strong here on Maui, and
You think? Yeah, they are.
when I went out to get sponsor, I went to the Weston, and I walked in to see the general manager, and he said, "I don't know what you're trying to pull, but someone else came into my office last week, and so believe it
Wow.
or not, yeah." And then it was First Light was going to happen. Someone wanted to do First Light, which is a non-alcoholic
I
event.
remember that event.
And I called them in Boston, and they said, "Will you do me a favor? Check these people out, whatever." And I went, and one of the references that Lonnie and Jeff Stark gave was Mike Snyder. Boy, he did not like them. But anyway, so what
Yeah,
I found was
yeah.
that that whole thing stopped a lot of progress that we're now trying. We're going to do it now. This thing that we talking about, putting it all together and creating a self-sustained community model, that's been around since the opening of the culturals. The opening.
I remember all that opening of the cultural center business.
Watch
now.
out, people, and watch out and be involved.
Yeah.
So that's so amazing to me.
And you know what's really interesting too is that the MAC was doing, speaking of Robert and Risa, the MAC was using the McCoy Theater, the Black Box Theater down there at the time, for like, smaller type shows. I remember Robert directed us in a play, a Woody Allen play called Oh God, and we did it in there at the McCoy, and there was other productions that went in, and all of a sudden they don't seem to be doing as many plays like that at the McCoy Theater now. And
well, I think the prices go up.
Yes, it's so expensive.
They
to
remember
produce
when
theater.
they took the C out of MCACC? It was the Maui Community Arts and Cultural
Boy,
Center.
do I ever remember that.
And then that made the huge difference because they couldn't get booked because it was thought of as a local theater, is what they
That's
said.
too bad.
And the local theater is why it got created, to be able to use it and be fully there. So the history of all that goes on around here has so much depth. I'm glad at least we saved the theater.
Well, it's. I'm so happy that the building is looking as good as it is now. Because remember, Jason, there was never air conditioning in there.
No.
The sound equipment would be like, okay, somebody stick your thing up against the speaker so we can get some noise going. So they have really nice equipment in there, and we're able to produce.
Luana Whitford, I remember when she was a little performer years ago. Now
She
she's
was.
the director of the whole play.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, her and her brother Kalani.
Isn't that amazing how years keep going by?
They keep
But
going
on
by.
Maui, people get older and better, and their involvement with this local community. That's why you hear me say, maybe you don't, but We have such a talented, rich, committed community here.
Yes, we do.
I think we stand on a par with anywhere in the world.
Oh, we sure do. And we produce some great shows. I don't know, did you see Calendar Girls when Maui Academy Performing Arts did it?
No.
I was
Okay.
in that. You know the story of that, don't you? Where these British ladies are trying to raise some money because somebody's sick, so they decided what they would do was make a calendar, but it was going to be a sexy calendar. And so it was, and they're all ladies of a certain age, right around my age group. And they went there. It was so fun to see that.
In fact, I did see it.
I thought I saw you there. Yeah, you remember all the gals?
Yes.
Yeah, it was really
See,
funny.
I have my partner Ariel. She makes sure we go to stuff.
Yeah, I thought I saw you guys there.
Yeah.
So I really like doing that. And the great thing about doing that was super empowering was that all the women that were in the show, we were all of the same age group. And it was a different experience because normally there'll be, in some shows, there'll be two roles for somebody or one role for somebody to be the mom or the dad, and that would be about it. But now there seems to be, like I told you in the beginning, there are a lot more opportunities probably for senior actors. And it seems like a good thing. I take a class called Kapuna Acting Class at the Maui Academy of Performing Arts. And it's so you have to be 55 or older to be in the class.
Who's teaching that one?
Sally Sefton. And
Sally's David's wife, right?
Right. And also
David Johnston's wife.
another lady called Miss Donna Breed. She also helps out with the class. But Sally has started that a few years back, and it's been wildly successful.
Yeah, tremendous.
It's a kooky mix because we've got people a lot older than us, so it's interesting. And I mean this in the best and the most fun way. So
I've seen some terrific things from that group.
Yeah, so they do
writing and performing.
Right. So
all
yeah,
kinds of
they
stuff.
do. They perform that over at the EL, where they do their own stories from the heart and stories from experience.
Isn't it amazing how much the people of Maui, not only we have so much to do here, people that come from the mainland, you ought to take a look at what we're doing before you come so you can get in on the tickets for some of these local shows.
That's right. That's so interesting that you said that because a couple of shows that we did, some people be talking story with people outside at intermission, and we heard about a couple that had came here over the Christmas holiday just to, they're on a vacation, and somehow or another they ended up coming over to EL Theater and seeing a show that we were doing over there, and they said it was one of the highlights of their vacation. They just kind of fell into it.
It is really true. I mean, when I come out of a show and I think to myself, I don't think they could have done that better anywhere.
Oh.
I mean, the directing is good, the attitudes are great, the people that are acting it really, have great coaches and have a lot coming in from inside. Very, very rich community here.
Yeah, we also doing a great thing at Maui on Stage where we have a great youth program.
Oh.
We got the kiddos out and about, and they're doing some great work. And we are blessed enough where we try to pull together scholarships for the kids so everybody can be included, right? We don't want anybody being turned away because, right. We live in the world. We know the world, So it's nice that the kids get to participate in there. We get some scholarships to them. So we're doing a good job with that youth program as well. And
and they have shows. You guys seem to always have shows but it's more than in production. There seems to be a lot of shows. How many shows do you think you guys do a year?
Well, let's see. We probably do. We do at least three adult shows, and then the kids use the theater as well, right?
Yeah.
And the kids do a couple shows. So 5 shows that would be shows that we're
five adult season
mainstay, and then of course we have the Onos, and that Ono is a great problem for anybody that listens that maybe not check that out. It's a free event.
One night only on
yeah,
Monday.
Yeah, and there's one tonight. It starts at 6:30,
Oh.
and anybody can come. All you have to do, you don't have to pay. They just like you to call.
What's tonight's about?
Tonight is a mystery. It's about a bunch of gentlemen. I'm not going to give it away.
What time they start?
6:30.
If you're lucky enough to catch this live, there could be some tickets still available.
And all you have to do is just call the box office. All they want, you don't have to pay.
Do you know the number easy?
No, but I
Okay,
know
perfect.
the website where you
But
can go.
what was it? EAO on stage?
No,
Maui on stage?
www.mauionstage.com.
MauiOnStage.com. The W's don't even matter anymore.
No,
The world
isn't
is
it-
shortened up.
Isn't that the
Isn't that
truth?
amazing?
What is all that business? The World Wide Web.
Well, but the EAO Theater, Maui on stage tonight. That's a real tip.
Just
if
call
you are
up,
lucky
yeah.
enough to hear this live, that is the tip of the day.
And it
I
happens.
love those Onos. They're
I know
all
you do,
great.
and I've seen you over there many times. And I think you were mentioning at the top of us talking story here was that we were so fortunate. A man named Russ Taff,
Yeah.
he sponsored it, so he keeps that program running, and that's the way that we can offer it to the community for free.
It's a beautiful thing.
And all you have to do is just go to that website, book a seat. That's it. Instead of, we don't have people show up at the door. That way we make sure we've got seats for everybody. So you can book more than one seat if you want to bring friends or whatever. So it's a really beautiful thing. And lots of times we get some very, very interesting things that come through there.
Well, I'm always amazed, just like I say, the depth of our community here, whether it's in a one night only and the kind of things that you guys are pulling in there and the kind of shows that you do and just the general attitude here is so up. Theater could always use, I'm sure, more money and more people, right?
It's always a challenge. We're always looking for volunteers. The same thing, if you don't fancy yourself to be a performer, we also need people that work as ushers and door greeters and things of that nature. And you come, you hand out some programs, you see some people, you get to watch all the shows for free.
Just really a great thing.
Yeah, it is. And so it's a fun place to volunteer. And I know that other theaters do that as well. They have their volunteers that come in and they usher or work the front of the house. And then
Here on Maui, it
you
makes
get free
it comfortably
tickets.
affordable
Yeah.
to be a volunteer.
It's a great thing.
And it's a great community of volunteers,
It
too.
sure is. I've met some really nice people doing that. They're super nice about that. So it's really interesting.
What are you looking to do in your life? Or are you looking to do... You have any things on the horizon that are...
Well, I definitely want to keep working on acting. I know that we're going to do this. The class that I'm in, we'll be doing a showcase over at the Naylor Theater at the end of at the end of April.
Oh, okay.
And then I think I told you that I was in the first season of the television show Moku Moku that was produced here.
People on the mainland, I hope they can pick it up, right?
Sure they
Where's
can.
that, on Amazon
And
Prime?
Amazon Prime and Tubi.
And Tubi. Moku Moku. Yeah, you were in that.
Yes.
Tell us a little, give us a synopsis. What's it about?
It's so much fun. It's season 1. We are upcountry Maui, and it's about these
Local life
boys.
here.
Yeah, local life here. These boys trying to get their act together, and then all the people they encounter, the aunties, the uncles.
So it's a show that basically has the flavor of the islands and Maui.
Yes.
Pretty accurate, or having fun?
Well, I tell you, yes. We were talking earlier. I mentioned Kathy earlier. Kathy has one of the leading roles in that, as well as Chino LaForge.
Right.
And so you think about that. There's a pretty local staple people here, and all kinds of interesting people that you see around. So it's kind of like the people you see every day on Maui. This is definitely not. We're at the beach and we're showing
Patty
you.
Lee's in that, isn't she?
Yeah, Patty was in the first
She
season.
does daily
I see
thing
her.
here.
Yeah, I see her doing that.
Yeah.
And I've done a lot of theater with her as well, and so it's really fun. And then each episode has a different vibe to it. my favorite thing that I got to do was we did a dream sequence of Narnia. And I got to play the Snow Witch on it. No, of all the years, of all the stuff I've ever been involved in, it was my favorite costume I ever got to wear.
Oh.
I was so happy about that.
Is that the one that
It's the
picture
one
you
I got
showed
on,
me?
dressed up like a queen. It just was
I'll
really,
show you
really.
that one.
It was a cool experience to do that. And then, because, you know, I think I laughed about this morning with you when I told you, I don't care if I'm 70. I'm still a girl. I love the way they fixed my hair and they made everything look so authentic and really, really nice.
And really good job. I mean, like I say, people that come here that have not seen shows on Maui that come from elsewhere
Yes.
are super. I've never seen anyone that isn't anything other than really impressed.
And you know, the actors are all it's on the community theater scene.
Yeah.
You know, I can only speak about Maui on stage because I'm also on the board of directors, but all the actors are volunteers, and they give a lot of their time for that.
And also the staff, you know, a guy like I know, like a Bob Offerman. And
Bob Offerman, he comes and he volunteers, and we're super stoked to have him because he knows how to do a lot of stuff, like build stuff, like stagecraft kind of stuff. And Caro Walker.
Yeah.
Caro's over there right now as we speak.
And then, you know, people that I remember in the theater, I forgot their names. I know I've seen fathers and then sons and daughters, and then they had sons and daughters.
Right.
Having been here all these years, it's a great theater community.
We do have it.
Amazing.
It's yes.
Such a, and maybe I'm over the top, but I don't think I've ever seen so much cooperation as happens here. It just seems to go well. You find there's ever issues on set and on stage?
No, you got to
not really.
Not really. You got to remember these people are passionate about what they're doing. Typically people work whatever job it is they work, whatever their daytime is, and a lot of people have side gigs. You know, what the kids call it, the gig economy, where they drive Uber or wait bartend or whatever on top of another job. Like, as you and I both know, that's very common here.
Yeah.
So these people are so passionate about what they're doing is that they're willing to commit 5 days a week, plus their weekends with the show up. It's to be in that theater as a volunteer putting on shows. So the passion and the commitment.
It's very high.
It's very high and there's just have you ever noticed, Jason, there just seems to be a lot of actors, a lot of musicians, a lot of artists here on Maui. Seem to run into somebody all the time. Well, what's up? Oh, I do this, this, and this. I'm like, okay, yeah. So we have a good community of it.
Well, that's why I keep thinking when I saw Los Angeles get burned and they're talking about whatever they were thinking. We talk about a theater community here, and we talk about having more activity, but it's so isolated here, and we don't have tax credits the way the other states do and all these things. But, I mean, if people start wanting to live here and it becomes like a Malibu, which it already, you know, the prices are already high.
Well, it's the same things, isn't it?
This is a great place to shoot. There's tremendous amount of local talent and support team for things that sometimes, like now, may not be working as much as they'd like to be working.
Yeah.
That's what we hope to do with all that we're doing.
Right.
With all this is rustle up and keep pouring the money back into creating more local jobs.
And, you know, we are lucky, too, you know, because you have the same longevity that I have. There's a lot of famous people, too, that live here that will pop in and do unusual things. We have a lot of famous musicians that live here. Other actors that are willing to come in and lend their name just to get something to happen, which is really important, too.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so that's super important.
Like to help choose material? Or?
Well, I think about when we did the movie Get a Job, I know what was really cool about that is Mick Fleetwood. He came down and was in several scenes and played music. I'm sure that he didn't do that because he needed the gig.
Right.
Yeah. Just being kind, stuff like that. Different
So you
people
had a
like
lot
that.
of fun with people wanting to be in the spirit of Maui here.
Yes.
That's
Yes,
a
we
great
did.
thing.
Yeah, we sure did.
You guys are having too much fun. Is that allowed?
Well, it is allowed. It is allowed. You're supposed to have fun because, that old saying, if you're not getting paid, it should be a lot of fun. And that's the theater. We all know that theater is the art that you do for the passion and for the love of it. Because any other type of situation is...
And you have nice relations between each other. Like when you talk about Sally Sefton coming and doing a thing there at the theater. So you have the theaters cooperating with each other.
That's right.
Sharing talents. And if someone needs a this or a that, you're just down the street.
Well, it's cooperative too, so that's really
So
fun.
we're sort of like in New York, right? We're sort of a theater.
Well, I
district.
think everybody kind of knows. I think in our minds, that's exactly what we would like it to be. Like we're in the theater district. But realistically, we are. That's 2 theaters within a block of each other.
Right.
And then you go a little bit down the street, you're at the back.
Right.
You just take a look. If you prefer spending time over on the Kihei side, you've got Pro Arts right there.
I was going to say, little box theater. Kihei is just a nice little theater.
Yeah, it's a nice little theater. We shot the day that I did the Narnia, the Queen scene. We shot that scene in Pro Arts.
Oh, and she's so talented there running that place.
Oh yeah, they're all talented women with
Incredible.
good. But aside from that, business hands. It's no secret, I don't think, Jason, that funding for the performing arts grants and things of that nature, I don't want to get too political, have dried up because of some DIY, different grants.
So support is always welcome.
Support is always welcome. We have what you call a sustaining ohana at EL Theater, and what it is, if you feel like you can do it, some people give $5 a month, some people give 25, some people give 50.
Right.
On up. So that money comes in through the state of Ohana that helps to keep the lights on.
No, I
It's
get
expensive running a theater, honey.
It's expensive running anything.
Yeah, it
these
is.
days,
Yeah,
but
it
for
is.
sure.
Just like
Yeah.
when we were doing our show, The Reservoir Dogs, remember we rented the theater. That wasn't, it was an independent production.
Right.
So we rented that, and I remember even back then, because you've got to have somebody to run the lights and somebody to run the sound and and maintain the building. So it's always welcome, anybody that could contribute anything. But another really great way to contribute to is come volunteer. We could always use people that want to come over and usher and watch shows. We've been doing some movies over there. We did Wizard of Oz last month and had people dress up. It's kind of cool. People dress up, and then there was, the little kids. So they had some games to play, and it's super affordable. I think that those tickets were like $10, and you got little stickers and prizes and stuff. So we need people to come help us with that. There's always opportunities, and socially it's fun because you get to be around like-minded people. And it's a good time. So that kind of support, of course, everybody wants the monetary support, but that kind of support is just as important as.
Well, but our hearts
that.
get rich when we enjoy all.
Well,
this
that sure is a
experience.
nice way to say that. They do, in fact.
And can you imagine? We have 12 minutes left.
Have we been talking that long?
We've been talking. I thought to myself, every show is different.
Yeah.
And every show has. Sometimes I don't have anything to say, but we have a lot to say. We've said a lot of things here.
We have. We've covered some subjects, haven't we?
Well, I know, and I think about just how living on Maui all these years has been a very rich time, a very precious time.
It has. I've seen the island go through lots of changes, and so have you.
I mean, here we are, 2 days into a change of our whole world.
Yeah. It's real.
So I'm hoping that Maui can stay the beautiful focus of people coming here and having a good time and sharing a good time and being of good cheer and contributing to the, I want to say, what the world can be.
Mm-hmm.
We like to be an example of what the world can be, you know.
But you've noticed, too, that the island has changed a lot. You know, the place I really miss the most over here, this will crack you up, Oka Supermarket. Dear God, I miss that place. That was such a fabulous place to go. You see, everybody in town, there were people that would drive from the other side, you know, come over here just so they could go down there and do a little shopping.
Now it's a medical center.
It's a medical center. So there's always that nostalgia way when you see things that have come and gone and changed. And
Well, and you've really kept your feet in Wailuku, you know. You guys.
well, yes, I have. Because before that, I had lived on the other side, Lahaina side, a lifetime ago for 15 years. And then when I met my husband, I knew that he was going to be Wailuku based. And I had always lived at the beach. And I liked that, like, get up, walk a few feet, going right in the water. But the reason that I thought that I would be able to live in that was because of the theater. That was the big thing that I thought, well, it has the theater here, so I can work with that.
And that's a great,
Yeah.
it's come to be.
Yeah, so that's
And
how it kind of all worked
It would not
out.
have been the same place. Still, it would not be the same feeling in Wailuku and in the theater this if it wasn't for you, Virginia.
No, you're so sweet. But you know it, because like I said, you know, we've been crossing paths for so very, very long. And as you know, Jason, things change, and we see the community changing.
Did you do Inherit the Wind with Bob and Risa?
I did do Inherit the Wind. I sure did.
In a courtroom.
We did it. Judge, what the heck was his name? It was some judge, Robert and Risa and me. We did Inherit the Wind. I've done that show actually twice.
Oh, did really?
Yeah, they did it again about 8 years ago. So yeah, but it
And
was
Rob Tubbs, may he rest in
that.
peace.
Oh, I loved Rob Tubbs so much. Bless his heart. That was fun. Those people were just downright fun. Yeah.
Boy, I tell you.
And they let us take over the courthouse. Who does that?
Right.
None of us could believe that they did that. I think it was at the time, I believe, blast from the past, are you ready? I think Linda Lingle was the mayor at that point. And she actually did a cameo role in it one night, and so did Alan Arakawa. I remember that now.
Uh-huh.
They each did a little switched off, you know. I think it's before Alan became mayor that time. And so we were able to use that courtroom, I think, out of the graciousness, because that's what we did. The building was in such a state that we couldn't do it in there. So I remember that. And I think I remember seeing you around then, too, because I still believe that's where I met you, was through Bob and Risa.
Well, Bob and Risa wanted me to video.
Oh, okay.
So I was Mr. Video.
And you know how Bob could get? He'd get a little unrealistic about things he could actually really do. Yeah.
Yeah, well, they always called on me.
I know. They're so sweet, those two. I really miss them. And, you know, what a story, those two. The Yiddish theater. Oh, my goodness.
And she was a Schwartz like me.
Yes, I knew that. Yeah. Yeah. So,
Yiddish theater.
yeah.
After the
it's
Second
kids.
World
That's
War.
even trippier.
Yeah.
But these young people doing that kind of theater work. He was a gifted actor, that guy, man. He was so great when we did that Inherit the Wind that time. And like you said, rest in peace, Bob Tubbs. Yeah, that was really, really fun.
Look at all these talented people we're talking about.
I know, and people that I think about and miss too.
And they've still got new people here. So what kind of anything's coming up that our audience should be thinking about
Well,
or
yes.
looking around the corner?
Yes. The best thing I know what's in rehearsal right now. I know that we at Maui on Stage is doing a show called Mousetrap. It opens March 27th. It's a murder mystery. It's like an Agatha Christie show. So if you want to check out all the information for that, it's MauiOnStage.com. I know that the Maui Academy of Performing Arts has started rehearsal for Frozen. I don't know when it opens.
No.
But and I know that I know some friends of mine are right now in rehearsal for Rent, I believe, over at Pro Arts. So there's 3 things in rehearsal right now.
Isn't it great shows? And like I say, I hope that all the people on the mainland that are coming here take the time to look at what's going on in Maui theater before you get here, so you can not miss these shows.
That's right.
Or if you're here, remember to be checking out these theater performances, because they are fantastic. I have never been disappointed.
Oh, that's so
Never
sweet.
been disappointed.
Yes.
Like you say, the people are so committed. Maybe that's every community theater, but we have an amazing, talented depth
Yes.
of talent here.
Yeah, and it's all age brackets too, from 3 years old to 93 years old, rocking the stage. Yeah.
Well, I hope that you will come back again and join us. You are part of what was the Ghost Light Awards? That was just, we're going to put light on the people that are
just people
supporting the theater.
Yeah, people that have worked around, and as much fun as it is, it also, it's still work. If you know what I mean, it's still work. But that was a recognition. It was very, very sweet of them. So it was a nice thing.
And I could feel as we were there that the people are so supportive of each other. It's not really a contest at all.
No, dear. It's
more
none
like
of us are in competition.
Multiple recognition
Right,
of all
exactly.
these tremendous people.
Same thing with the theater groups. None of us are in competition with each other. It's none of that kind of stuff.
What a nice community. We should teach that to the United States.
You think? Yeah, imagine that.
Yeah, or maybe the world.
Wow, what an idea.
What an idea.
What an idea.
Well, I'm just going to take our last couple of minutes. We got like 4 minutes. When I think about all the years that I've been on Maui, and I think about how long and how committed I've seen people like you. I've seen people that are in the theater that they, like Leona Locke. There's another gal.
She's a fabulous. I just saw her in a show. She's fabulous.
Such an amazing singer.
Yes.
We have so many people that the world, if they would come here, they're going to say, Amy Hanai'al'i, we've seen her. She's got zillions, right? Lots of success going on.
She does.
But then you look at all these other people here. There are depth of talent here that is unrivaled anywhere else I've seen.
And people are doing it for the love. The love of the art, the love of the craft.
It's really a really, really beautiful thing.
Yeah, because it is community theater. As great as the shows look and as how good the production values are, but we're still, community theaters, and that's the beautiful part of it.
It really is beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
So when I think about the future, I'm hoping that we can at least, it's more than keep up with what we're doing. Wailuku is kind of gotten a remake, and it's going to be growing. And so is there any room there for more things in the arts, you think?
I don't see why not.
Are there any parks around that can be used in any ways, or any?
Well, not off the top of my head that's in Wailuku proper. Another fun thing to do in Wailuku that's probably not too related to theater, but it's always fun if you're here visiting to check out the Bailey House Museum up there. I remember when I was teaching at St. Anthony High School, I did a little show out there in their courtyard. It was beautiful.
Bailey House Museum is up on the road toward EL.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that where I remember years ago, Baldwin House, Bailey House?
Yeah.
I remember when Kali'i Reichel was just teaching a little halal there before he got any successes,
That's
right?
right, he sure did.
See?
Yeah, so everybody starts somewhere.
Yeah, see that? So Maui's had some people that have, quote, been recognized in the big time, and George Komoku.
Oh, wow,
over
yes.
years.
Yes. Some fabulous entertainers.
I think they need to create the Hawaii category again.
I do too. For
in the Grammys. Don't put us into world music, because it's a unique and stand on its own.
It sure
music.
is.
So we're going to like that.
Yes.
Thank you for coming and spending this
was
time.
awesome. It was awesome, Jason. Thanks for inviting me. I had a nice time.
I just know that when I saw that theater and I saw you there, I thought, This is one person that should be put into the light.
Oh, so sweet.
You've been just such a, like I say, whenever I see you, I light up, and I always, 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 always think of theater and think of Virginia Sandell.
Thank you, Jason.
You've really been good.
Thank you.
Give my love to your husband.
I will.
He's so talented. When you go to Wailuku, you're going to see them, and you're going to have a lot of fun with it. We are glad you joined us today. Next week, I'm taking a week, and I'm going to be doing some things in the field. Scott Bushnell is going to have Greg, his cousin, on, and they're going to do something here and take this space and have a good time. And so I want you to come back and enjoy it. You can always go up, remember, to MauiNeutralZone.com. This show and all the shows will be up there. Full transcripts and summaries, and we're a growing thing. If you know anyone that should be on the show, or you want on the show, or maybe you want to be on the show, let us know. Oh, I am going to check out of here. Virginia Sandell, thank you so very much for joining me.
Thank you, Jason.
You audience from all around the world and all around Maui, thank you for joining me. And I will see you very soon. And we are going to hit the credits and get out of here.
Aloha.
Take care.